Hello guys, what is up? Hellhigh1995 here, and today I'm going to be talking all about ranking up in Halo Reach Master Chief Collection. Now, I've never seen so many videos that handle this in such a different way, and it's really weird to me, and I'm going to break down this in an even more different way, but in a way that I think, at least with my answer being different, I have like data behind it. That's the whole thing. Even if you don't like how I rank up, I'm telling you how you can rank up and things to look out for. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and say I have not touched Firefight at all in this game yet. I have no idea what the XP is. That may be an amazing way to get XP. I have no idea. I'm only doing multiplayer. Now, this thing, multiplayer and leveling up, is so performance based. So I'm going to go ahead and assume competitive is not a good way to get XP. I have yet to have consistently hit the performance XP cap in a game in a row in competitive, so I'm just gonna throw that out. I'm not going to have that in this video. If you're a beast at competitive, I mean, maybe go for that, but that's not what I'm going to be showing off. What I'm going to be doing is going through social games. So there's a ton of different playlists, and I tried them all a few times, and I collected a bunch of data, and I'm going to run through it with you and kind of go through my thought process for it. Now, let me go ahead and first explain what all the different playlists are real quick. So we have the just Slayer, there's Flag and Bomb, Zone Control, Asset Denial, Action Sack, SWAT, Snipers, Griffball, and Infection. Okay, now how the XP is going to work on here, one of the biggest things, let me go to Last Carnage Report. Now, I'm not going to show you hardcore capture the flag. What I actually want to show you is browse medals. Now, medals are going to get you so much of your XP. Like, that's literally the biggest thing for me when I'm playing, is this is your XP, okay? Forget the objective, forget whatever else, you want medals. So if you are playing an objective game and it has a bunch of medals, like capture the flag was pretty good at giving me killing the flag carrier, for example, or capturing the flag, doing things like that. But there are other times where you're going to be playing an objective game mode that isn't just shooting people, where you're going to get a ton of medals for just shooting people, and you really need to watch out for that. Specifically, I had a gameplay of Odd Job, I believe is what it was, and I'm carrying the skull around like the whole match, and I get like no XP. And then I have the flip, I carry it none of the match, we get destroyed, but I'm fighting people and I get way more XP on that, and I'll show you that in a minute. So let me actually, I'll just show you right now. Let me pull up the numbers, and the biggest thing about the numbers is this is going to show you what's best for me, and also what could be best for you. You just need to pay attention. Alright, so here's my big bad document with all the XP and everything I did. I ran through every game mode on here 3 times, and I collected all the data, okay? So I'm going to tell you what worked for me, what didn't, and what you can be doing with this. So this is just my big collection of everything. Now, we have match XP, which I will go ahead and tell you corresponds literally just with length of the game, okay? So I'll sort it by most match XP. The most I get, the longest game, and then it literally just goes down the list. I don't have any of the, see this? Time, I sort it, it's pretty much the exact same, okay? So you don't have to worry about that at all. Teamwork XP, that kind of corresponds with the game mode and getting assists and things like that. So a game where you literally like are right next to your teammates and have to be helping them, Griffball, it's gonna get you a lot. A game where you're pretty much one-shotting everyone and aren't really helping your teammates too much, gonna get you hardly anything. I got literally 0 from SWAT. A lot of people are telling me in these videos, hey, SWAT gives awesome XP. Guess what? All 3 of my SWAT games, I literally didn't hit 8k performance XP, which I believe is the cap at the moment. I didn't hit that. None of my games were particularly long, but you shouldn't be looking at that anyway. And I got literally 0 teamwork XP. So right there off the bat, for me personally, I would strongly recommend against doing SWAT for XP. Again, SWAT's really fun. It's a cool game mode. If you like it, go for it. If you're hitting the 8K, by all means, knock those games out. Maybe your games are super short if you're doing that. I don't know. I'm just not beasting, I guess. But I probably wouldn't recommend that. Now, let me go back to main real quick and kind of just show you all the different numbers right here. So I actually have all the total XP tallied up. I wanted to break it down so I could run through everything like that. The length of the game, which does not correspond with being the best way to do it. I see people saying, oh my god, Griffball, you can do a 12-minute game and get 16k XP, and it's like, yeah, you can, but then divide that up and see, is that really worth your time? And that is what I'm going to talk about right now. People giving information out of context is bad, and you should maybe not listen to it, because that sounds really nice, big number in not a crazy amount of time, but you could be doing way better. Look at this. So the score, I believe this should be the XP per second. I took the total XP and I divided it by the time in seconds. So this should be the XP per second. But the whole point of this is bigger number is better. So you can use this relatively speaking, okay? So take a number and compare it with a number. Like, taking out of context isn't really going to give you much, but whenever you go, oh man, Slayer, that's a really small number, and Griffball, that's a pretty big number. Like, look, this is almost 70, this is almost 10. This gave me 7 times the amount of XP value. Not literally like a hard number, but for my time, it was 7 times better for me to do this. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to walk you through what I did, and my absolute best was Griffball. And if you look consistently, I'm getting the 8k in Griffball. For Griffball, for me, oops, that's Slayer, it wasn't hard for me to rack up the performance XP, which just means getting a bunch of medals, okay? I'm literally just slamming into people, getting overkills left and right. I'm hitting the performance XP. But whenever I have a long game, this is like in the middle. Okay, whereas whenever I have a really short game, this is the best by far XP that I got. So a lot of this is really just performance based, what you're good at, what you're not good at, maybe stay away from, or just grind it out until you get super good. Again, I would probably not recommend SWAT, and I would recommend Griffball. And that's like the short of it, really. There are a lot of good mixes in between, as you can see right here. Like, if I was better at Sniper, for example, like, I'm only getting like half the XP I could be getting right here alone. Those numbers would really bump up. So maybe take that into consideration. And even with SWAT not giving me the teamwork XP, as you can see, like, it's still towards the top. It's not awful to do. Like, it's still pretty good, but there's so many outliers in this. There's so many different matches. Like, you have so many different variables that go into a match and why it might be really long or really short. It's really hard to balance these kind of things. And I absolutely do not feel like at the time that there is a best way to rank up or a quickest way to get XP fast. Like, the games can just be so dramatically different per game. Just pick what you know, pick what you're good at, and go with it. Experiment a little bit, and hopefully you'll figure it out and get some sick XP.